Men det er jo det som står i brevet hans.
Ja, jo da, men han har, altså jeg vet det fra dem, altså også Zelenskyj og Jelmak er ikke gjerne med det, men de må realitetsorienteres på hva som er mulig å få til, altså,
Hi, Dimitro.
fremover.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you too, because this is soon your family too. Are we going to have one more there?
I came here against the background of continued unprecedented missile and drone attacks of Russia against Ukraine. Just tonight, the city of Kharkiv was hit with thousands of Shahed drones. My main message today will be patriots, because saving Ukrainian lives, saving Ukrainian economy, saving Ukrainian cities depends on the availability of patriots. But providing patriots depends on allies.
No, I mean, it's a very critical moment. It's a very critical moment. And you know, let's be honest, I mean, this could all go horribly wrong in the years to come. We could face a situation where Ukraine falters, where Trump is re-elected, where the situation between Europe and the US becomes untenable. You know, all of this is possible.
This terrible phrase that we're with you for as long as it takes. That is an empty statement that does not bring one round of ammunition.
Viktor Orban met Donald Trump in Florida last week. In an interview late last night, Orban said, Trump will not give a penny into the Ukraine-Russia war, and therefore the war will end. It is obvious that Ukraine on its own cannot stand on its feet. If the Americans do not give money and weapons, and also the Europeans, then this war will be over. What's your reaction to those comments?
The Ukrainians are not running out of courage, they're running out of ammunition. Every day of delay in the US Congress...
Just one thing on this. Jarl made the point this morning, and I think at least it's worth reflecting on, that he felt that it was too much would be read as blaming Congress, which he said he felt would be counterproductive.
Yeah, that's very important.
I mean, I am not entirely sure, but I think it's something at least we should be
we only say
about.
the things that this is always difficult. But one way you put pressure, on the other hand, you may just force them to dig even more in and be entrenched. So you can. The question is whether you have a direct reference to the Congress or not.
All allies now need to dig deep and deliver quickly. I mean, that's also US Congress. This is a critical moment. It would be a grave historical mistake to allow Putin to prevail.
Alison.
Yeah, I think that's a good way forward. I also think that another way of saying this, if we want to keep every day of delay in delivery of support, has real consequences on the battlefield, and then all allies.
Just delete the US Congress.
Yeah, I see it a bit both ways, but I'm not. I think it's safer.
If that's safer, we do it.
Supporting Ukraine is not a matter of capacity or ability. It's a matter of political will.
Yeah. The Ukrainians are not running out of courage. They are running out of ammunition. All allies need to dig deep and deliver quickly. Every day of delay has real consequences on the battlefield in Ukraine.
So really a very simple question. Why are they running out of ammunition given they have the support of so many allies, so many powerful economies? Does this represent a failure from NATO allies?
Du har jo sagt mange ganger I løpet av disse snart 2 årene We will stand by Ukraine for as long as it takes. Men hva it takes? Hva det man mener med det?
Så det jo så lenge som det nødvendig å stå med Ukraina til de overlever som en selvstendig demokratisk nasjon I Europa. Men jeg må bare innrømme at jeg sier jo det fordi jeg har jo en oppgave I å mobilisere den støtten. Jeg har en oppgave I å holde motet og moralen oppe. Det klart at hadde jeg vært en kommentator, en som stod på sidelinjen, så hadde jeg jo sett at dette ikke helt åpenbart. At vi sier ting som ikke helt sikkert at vi kan holde. Slept? I slept fine. I think yes and no. So I have not counted the hours, but it's something about movement and
The strategic situation right now, sir, as General Cavoli would say, is they're losing. So there is no more counteroffensive coming anytime soon. The Russians have an opportunity to exploit right now when they're at an all-time low with munitions. I mean, I think the situation they're in right now it's precarious.
The delay of 6 months of U.S. support meant that Russia took the initiative on the battlefield. Putin is putting everything on the table right now that he can. It's consensus opportunity. So the problem is if the Russians do get through that front line, there's a good chance they could keep going. This is also an opportunity for us. We can stop him this summer, then he's going to respect Ukraine more than ever. This could turn the tide of the war right here this summer, one way or the other.
Secretary General, happy to see you. Elena, Chief of Protocol.
I'm Deputy Foreign Minister, Secretary General. I hope you had a good trip.
Yes, absolutely. We were able to sleep, and now it's full summer in Kiev.
Yeah, we managed to
President Zelenskyj, can I ask you, what's happening in the east? Your forces seem to be retreating at the moment. Is there a danger that your lines could collapse with Russian advances? And then I would like to ask Secretary General, I've listened to you for the past year talking about ramping up ammunition in the West, and glaciers have melted faster. It's taking a long, long time. I just wonder if you've apologized to President Zelenskyj that NATO countries have not delivered what they've promised. Thank you.
NATO allies have not delivered what they promised. And this has had serious consequences on the battlefield. Debrief on some of them. But first of all, I think it was extremely useful to spend time with the Ukrainians.
I think the other thing I noticed in her today, and Tom said it, I definitely sensed panic
You sense
Panic? I do.
Because I think Zelenskyj was very calm in the way he behaved.
No, I don't think so, sir. I think he was twitchy. I think he couldn't stay focused. I think they need help. We need to deliver some air defense over here pretty quickly. I really believe that.
Their asks are starting to get more random, which is an indication of how bad the situation is on the ground, quite frankly.
What do you mean by that?
The calmer you are, the more rational your requests are. They're asking for anything and everything right now.
But what struck me was his concern about potentially losing Kharkiv if they don't get more air defense. That would be obviously huge.
But I think that's
lost already.
Yeah.
What do you think? Kharkiv lost? But Kharkiv is the second largest city.
Yes.
So I think this is 150,000 people massing. They're not going to sacrifice the Ukrainian forces there to defend that enclave anymore. I suspect that there's an assault that he'll withdraw. So I think this is pretty painful to him.
Okay. Feeling some fruit?
Add some.
Yeah, right. Hello.
Men hva føler du personlig?
Nei, jeg føler ikke altså, jeg føler, nei, men jeg føler ansvar for å prøve å fikse det. Jeg prøver ansvar, det er jo derfor jeg jobber. Det er klart at jeg har jo ikke dessverre noen lager med patriotparti, men jeg er jo leder i NATO som har lovet å støtte Ukraina. Men det går inn på meg å høre den desperate situasjonen de er på. Og de er desperate, og det er veldig alvorlig.
President has used this terrible phrase that we're with you for as long as it takes. That is an empty statement that does not bring one round of ammunition.
I think a lot of European and Western leaders know that deep down, but they are reluctant to follow the next step, which is going all in supporting Ukraine.
And for me, it's a tragedy because they are fighting a war to defend democracy in Europe. And there's no Western boots on the ground. They are fighting our war.
Tror president Putin at han kan bare sitte og vente på at vi gir oss, og så vinner han krigen. Men paradokset er at jo mer vi kan på en troverdig måte demonstrere at vi er villige til å støtte Ukraina militært og økonomisk i mange år, jo raskere kan krigen ende. Fordi jo raskere
vil Putin innse at han ikke vinner på slagmarken. Jo mer usikre vi er, jo mer vaklende vi er, jo mer sannsynlig at krigen bare fortsetter. Og derfor vil jeg gjerne ha på plass den pakken, ha på plass NATO til å lede arbeidet med å få våpen og ammunisjon og trening for ukrainerne, og en langsiktig økonomisk forpliktelse.
I understand you've been working on an idea. Could you tell us a bit more about it?
The number we were briefed on is 100 billion.
And is it a form of a Trump-proof measure?
Well, the reason why we discuss this is that we see the situation on the battlefield. We see how demanding and difficult the situation is in Ukraine. So therefore, we welcome everything NATO allies have done. At the same time, we see that we need to do more. It's not enough.
Thank you, Secretary General. There will be opportunities for more questions this afternoon at the press conference. Thank you.
Thank you. The challenge now will be what does Hungary and the others say.
Correct.
Yeah.
NATO headquarters, Office of the Secretary General.
Secretary Blinken, you're now connected to NATO Secretary General Stoltenberg. State Ops.
Hello. Tony, this is Jens.
Yeah?
Hello. I just wanted this opportunity to just briefly compare notes ahead of the meeting. So I will go through the three elements of the package for Ukraine, and I expect broad support, or the vast majority of allies will support this. The big exception is Hungary. And I've spoken twice with the Prime Minister Orban. He is against. He says that this will make NATO party to the conflict. I said that's not the case. I cannot promise, but I think it is possible to find a compromise.
Got it. But I imagine, Jens, from what you're saying, today they will hear a strong chorus on the need for the strong Ukraine deliverable.
Yes. So we need to find a balance, both in what you say and what I say, in being clear with Hungary, but perhaps not too confrontational, especially not in the public, because then I'm afraid they will just dig deeper into their position, and a compromise will be harder to reach.
Yes, we very much agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, perfect. Looking forward to see you. Safe travel.
Bye-bye.
The mission should make sure that we can do this another year, we can do this another 2 years, we can do this for as long as it takes, and we will do it for as long as it takes, because the nations are bound together in a common commitment.
The Finnish position is very clear. We need long-term sustainable commitments for aiding Ukraine.
NATO must take the greater and more clear role. Poland will also be supporting the creation of a NATO mission.
Get the weapons, get the ammunition, and get the support to Ukraine that they need. Thank you very much.
Foreign Secretary.
Good morning, Minister. Do you have a moment?
Maybe.
Do you have a moment?
I'm late, I'm sorry.
Never stop and talk to us.
I usually do.
Du har papirene? Ja. Nå skal jeg først snakke med han der Sjartov. Hva heter han? Peter? Sjøkvann Larsen. Peter?
Han er jo rett til høyre går inn der.
Ja, så går inn der. I can take it to both of you present. Also, just one small thing. I had two very good conversations with.
I know. I was immediately informed.
Second, I respect the positions, but of course I would like to try to find a solution. So I will of course argue in favor of my proposal. Sure. But I also told at least some allies that we should try not to be too confrontational, and I will not try to force a decision in the meeting today or tomorrow, because the whole idea is now not to decide the mission. The whole idea now is to start planning. Because if we start the planning now,
Hi guys.
Hi. Good to see you. They will need weeks and months, and then we have April and May and of course no decision will be taken until we all agree on the mission. So if we can agree to start the planning today, that's not the final decision on anything except for planning.
Well, Jens,
hello, good to see you.
you?
So is that within reach today, you think?
Yeah, but you put it in a way which does not put too much pressure on you.
No.
Or they say that we are not taking part in the planning period.
Okay. You say that, and then we can sit down afterwards and sort it out. And I also told Victor I can go to Budapest.
That's what we
Long
expect.
time I've not been there.
That's what we expect, what you never do.
No, but I will. I will. No.
Okay, great. Let's do that.
Hello, good to see you. Hi, good to see you. And I think they're ready to agree to start planning. They will not support the mission.
They won't stop it.
No, that was.
Okay. So we don't need to.
We need
don't want us to pile in.
We need a balance between being clear, but not, what should I say, too confrontational.
Right.
Because then we'll dig deep into the trenches. So it's a clear but nice message.
All right.
Which is very easy for you. Yeah.
Follow your lead.
You will leave an offer.
Åpningsbildet.
Nå nærmer vi oss enighet om en NATO-operasjon for Ukraina, der NATO skal lede arbeidet med å sette sammen våpenpakker, få dem over, koordinere trening. Ungarn har sagt de vil ikke være del av, de er mot det, de er helt uenige i den tenkningen. Det kan jeg si helt tydelig at det aksepterer vi, bare dere ikke blokkerer NATO fatte det vedtaket vi trenger å fatte. Så det er en slags byttehandel. Jeg gir han rett til å ikke delta. Han gir meg et løfte om å ikke blokkere.
At the Danube, don't forget that was the border of the Roman Empire. So that part where we are, up the Danube, was part of Roman Empire. But they never moved there. That was the barbarian and the Hungarians, so the people who lived there never. Yes, me and the first people. Why you become the head of the European Commission?
I'm very much happy. But you know, the only problem is that Norway is not a member of the European Union. So I think that's a bit. No, also. No. But,
because we are in trouble with that. Okay.
but
it's a difficult time. Our position is a difficult one to,
we always try to keep a sense of perspective on these things, and the Secretary is, of course, particularly mindful of not allowing things to escalate out of control, and that we need to give allies a certain amount of wiggle room.
As time goes on, and the more we give, we fear that the more tensions will arise. And we end up in the same situation where we would have been two years ago had we decided to sit people down at the table. And
but I think that's where I'm confused, because it's not, sitting down at the table is currently not an option. Putin has no interest in doing that. So that's the problem. And how do you incentivize Putin to come to the table? I think the only way you can incentivize him is to make this quite painful. Jeg håper det bare ble liksom riktig nå, men nå er det kanskje ikke helt.
This was a very good meeting. Also, we solved both the successor and the NATO mission.
Der du, ja.
We're 2 weeks out from the summit now. The job at this stage is to just close down the various agreements. Almost all the activity is sort of devoted to using his time as effectively as possible, unlock the things that only he can unlock.
Vegan Belgian waffles.
Jeg ringte forleden dag Montenegros statsminister. De er på 1,87%. Og jeg sa, kan du ikke bare legge på noen millioner euro, så kommer dere på 2.
We will increase defense spending to a new baseline of 2.5% of GDP.
The UK, the Netherlands and others have announced additional major contributions.
Jeg synes det er gul på meg.
Altså, det er ikke Trump-gul, men det er...
General, great to see you again. Good to see you again.
On this vote, the ayes are 311 and the nays are 112. The bill is passed.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyj says he's grateful to the US House of Representatives for passing a $61 billion military aid package for Ukraine.
Well, Secretary General, welcome back to the Oval Office. I have to say ahead of time, I'm going to miss you. We miss you. Well, I mean sincerely, you've been great. I just wish you'd extend your term another 10 years. Good job.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
NATO celebrating 75 years. You mentioned not quite as old as President Joe Biden.
Emmanuel, good to see you.
Hi. Very good meeting. Yeah, and thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here with you for this session.
We work together.
No, thanks.
Jens. Jens. Slept a bit?
You do?
Yes, I was sleeping well, I have to say.
Thank you for the millions. So you reached 2%. Yes. The first time I met him, he was at 1.9 or something.
1.6.
Yeah, 1.6.
Shamefully so.
Yeah. And then he promised to fix it, and he fixed it. So now he's
Yes.
And trust Montenegro.
Hi.
Hello. Stoltenberg. Good to see you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you again.
It's excellent, didn't it? Yeah, very good. Be careful.
We can be the welcome.
Good to see you.
Oh, good to see you. We met 5 years ago. His first visit 5 years ago to NATO.
Yes.
That was Vladimir with tie and the suit.
Yes, and first press conference with you.
I do like your shirt.
On your birthday, I will send it.
So where's, I hope the President of the United States is here? No, you are going to sit over here, but you can say hello to
I was there. We saw each other.
My brother.
Your brother? Is it the first time?
Yes.
So it's best.
You need one of the campaign.
No, through whom? But you know, Turkey supported you very early with the Bayraktar drones.
President, we went up. Okay, so he's here. Right? Yeah. Well, yes, almost.
The President was a bit late. Really? President late? It's the same as the G7.
It's not bad. It's usually only 3 or 4 minutes, but we're sitting there 3 or 4 minutes talking about different things.
But you know, Victor, I can run. I mean, just can we fix this up?
This is the draft here. There was just one word I couldn't read, and then there's the 10 copies.
Det er jo ikke naivt å tro på fred. Og det er veldig viktig å tro på fred. Fordi krig er så brutalt og så ødeleggende. Men igjen, dette er jo ikke en krig Ukraina har valgt. Det er en krig vi er påført. Da er det vårt ansvar som ledere er jo å støtte Ukraina. En NATO-operasjon for Ukraina, det er ikke nok, det er ikke en avslutning av krigen. Men det er det beste vi kunne få til.
That was the last piece of paper.
Very good.
Yeah, this all done?
Now we can have beer.
Okay, yeah. Let's have a beer.
I will do. So, as I always say, you are so fit, you are so strong. You are fit, you are strong. But if there's anything I can do to support you after I leave now, just tell me. For me, Ukraine is really the most important thing. So thank you. I can call all the prime minister friends and tell them to deliver more weapons. Well, there. No, but seriously, also I feel that's the most meaningful thing. No. So now it's I don't know. Free. To work for you. Was it? You know? Sure. He was the first to deliver tablets. Yes. Yes. I remember I spoke with Obama and said, yeah, of course. I remember. Yeah. So, who knows? Yeah, who knows?
Distinguished guests, the President of the United States and the President of Ukraine.
What happens to Ukraine matters. It matters to NATO. Quite frankly, it matters to the whole world. And now I want to hand it over to the President of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelenskyj. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway, Mr. President.
I'm better.
You are a hell of a lot better.
Thanks so much.
Former President Trump has suggested that the U.S. could pull out of NATO if countries do not share the burden. How seriously are you taking those threats?
How long do you think it will take for every member of the alliance to reach 2%?
I have another Trump question. How would you characterize your relationship with the former President Trump? He had a very clear message on the need for European allies to spend more, and I agree with him. The good news is that this year, 23 out of 32 allies will spend 2% or more of GDP on defense. And when we made the pledge, there were actually only 3 allies. So this is a big change, and it is reducing the burden on the United States.
Your statement on the 23 countries, that's getting a lot of good coverage.
That's good.
New York Times.
Should we talk about that another thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. The boss has received a message from the Donald.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Jens, thank you for your nice statement on Fox News. We did indeed get lots of money and quickly from those nations that were not paid up.
Not paid up.
Keep up the great work. You do not have the easiest job. Look forward to seeing you soon. Donald.
Wow.
Then...
Dear Donald, thank you very much for your message.
No, but...
Hope to see you soon too. Best yet.
Okay, but then seriously, how do we respond?
Thank you very much for your message.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It's good to see that finally the Europeans are getting paid up.
She mentioned Russia.
Making NATO stronger and
to stand up against authoritarian regimes like Russia and China.
Okay.
Yeah. But the good news is that if they embrace the 23, then they take ownership to a positive story about NATO, which is very good, and also indicates that they're not going to leave NATO.
Altså, jeg har tatt noen valg som har gjort at jeg har offret noe. Jeg har offret noe i forhold til privatliv, i forhold til venner, kone og sosialt liv. Men de har støttet meg i det, og latt meg leve det livet. Nei, det betyr så helt alt, for uten at liksom, det er i orden, så fungerer det heller ikke i jobbsammenheng.
NATO's alliance of nations are also made up of leaders. And one person in particular has done an extraordinary job leading NATO for the last decade. I realize, I was talking to your wife, I personally asked you to extend your service. Forgive me. And you put your own plans on hold. And 1 billion people across Europe and North America, indeed the whole world, will reap the rewards of your labor for years to come. For these reasons, I'm pleased to award you the highest civilian honor the United States can bestow, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Ask the medal.
Skjønte du hva du har fått?
Jeg har fått en felles.
Ja, vet du hva?
Nei, jeg vet ikke hva.
Det blir